Hi, welcome. This class today is going to be a really sweet grounding practice. If you like to use blocks and you have them, go ahead and grab them. If you do not have a block, you can feel free to grab maybe a couple of pillows or a rolled up blanket, something that can be stacked that you can sit up on. So if you have like a meditation pillow or something, that could be nice. We're going to start up on to our support. So whatever you have, block, pillow, blanket, whatever you got. If you don't want to use anything, that's also acceptable. So just come to a comfortable seated position, resting your hands onto your knees with your palms facing down. Sit up nice and tall, soften your shoulders, relax your jaw, close your eyes. Take a deep breath in through your nose to start. And when you get to the top, soften your shoulders, relax your jaw, hold your breath. And then take a big sigh out of your mouth. Again, inhale deeply through your nose, filling up your belly, your chest with breath. And when you get to the top, pause, relax your shoulders, soften your eyes. Open your mouth, sigh it out. One more like that. Deep breath in, filling up your chest all the way up to your collarbones with breath. When you get to the top, pause, hold your breath. Relax your face, relax your shoulders. Take one more little sip of breath. And then open your mouth, sigh it out. And then you can close your mouth and just breathe evenly in and out of your nose. Just taking a moment of stillness before we start the practice. Every inhale draws your awareness, your attention inward. And every exhale firmly grounds down. Inhale, sitting up nice and tall. Exhale to settle. Inhale, feel the crown of the head reaching up towards the sky. And as you exhale, feel your sit bones firmly rooted down to the earth. And take a moment to consider how you're feeling in this moment. Take one more deep breath in through your nose. Take a clearing sigh out of your mouth to let everything go. And then slowly begin to drop your chin down towards your chest. We'll take some little sweet neck massaging movements to release any tension you might be holding in the shoulders. And slowly roll your right ear towards your right shoulder. Feel your shoulders softening down. And feel into any sensations you feel in the left side of your neck. Maybe even the right side of your neck or the back of your neck. Try to let go of any tension you might be holding on to in your face. So check your eyes, check your jaw. And let everything just be really soft. Take a breath in here. And then as you breathe out, lower your chin back in towards your chest and Continue rolling your left ear towards your left shoulder. Keeping your eyes closed if you can. Let your shoulders relax down. Send some sweet breaths to whatever part of your neck is the most tense right now. One more breath in here. Then as you breathe out, roll your chin back in towards the center. Roll your right ear towards your right shoulder. Take a breath in. Breath out, lower, chin to chest. Come back to the center. And then roll left ear to left shoulder. Take a breath in. One more time each side as you exhale, roll chin to chest, and then keep rolling right ear to right shoulder. Inhale through your nose. Exhale out of your nose and roll your chin back to the center. Rolling left ear to left shoulder one last time. Take a breath in. And then as you breathe out, roll your chin back to the center, chin to chest. Then lift your gaze, blink your eyes open, take a big breath in and reach both arms up high to the sky. Stay here as you exhale, relax your shoulders, feel your arms hugging in towards the sides of your head and feel the fingertips reaching up towards the sky. Brighten up your fingertips. Take one more breath in. And then as you breathe out, you can lower your hands to the floor, come up onto your knees. You can untangle your legs and move your block, your prop, whatever you have, over to the side. We won't need it right now. And then come onto your hands and your knees. Bring your knees wide and your big toes touching. Untuck your toes and lower your hips back to your heels to come into a child's pose. So you can stay with your hands forward. You can rest your forehead onto the floor. You can also bend your elbows, stacking your hands, resting your forehead onto the back of your hands. Or you can bring the palms of your hands together and bring your thumbs to the outer edges of the bridge of your nose. Take a big breath in. Big breath out. Soften through your shoulders. Let your arms relax. Let your chest be soft, belly soft. Pelvis sinking towards the floor. Legs heavy. Feet and toes relaxed. And bring your awareness to your breath. And begin to lengthen each breath. So seeing if you can count to 5 or 6 as you breathe in, and then matching that number as you breathe out. So we're breathing long, even breaths in and out of the nose. One more deep breath in through your nose. Exhale out of your nose or your mouth and feel yourself softening even more towards the floor. And then begin to lift your gaze, bringing your hands forward, spread your fingers wide, and come forward onto your hands and your knees. And then just begin to make whatever little movements feel good to make. So not really thinking about what you're doing so much. Try not to overthink it. If you need some ideas, you can look at me. But really beginning to tap into what the body needs. So it doesn't matter what you look like. It doesn't really matter what you're doing. You could be moving around a lot or you could be totally still. See if you can close your eyes and feel from the inside out. What does your body desire right now? What kind of movement feels really good? And let your body guide you. Really tap into intuitive movement. Keep your breath flowing in and out of your nose, those long, even counts. Love moving like this. It's a great way to start the practice. Coming from this intention of doing what is best for you. And then when you're ready, coming back to a still position onto your hands and your knees. Wrists underneath your shoulders or a little bit further forward. Spread your fingers wide and press down into the palms of your hands. And then look back, make sure your feet are behind your knees. Gaze at the floor in between your hands, relax your jaw. Tuck your toes under, take a big breath in. And then as you breathe out, press into your toes to lift your knees to hover up off of the floor. Take a big breath in here. And as you breathe out, draw your right knee to maybe touch towards your right elbow. Inhale, come back, right foot back. Knees stay hovering. And then as you exhale, draw your left knee towards your left elbow, maybe touch. Step your left foot back as you breathe in. And then as you breathe out at the exact same time, lower your knees to the floor. Drop your belly low, arch your spine. Draw your shoulder blades back and reach your heart forward to cow pose. Stay here as you exhale. Draw your shoulders back towards your sit bones. One more breath in. And then as you breathe out, press into your hands. Round your spine, drawing the back of your heart up towards the sky. Hug your chin in towards your chest. Take a big breath in. And as you breathe out, press even more. Round your spine. Try to reach your forehead towards your belly button. And then inhale back to a neutral position onto your hands and your knees. Tuck your toes if they're not already. Lift your knees, lift your hips, extend your legs straight. Come to downward facing dog. Take a look at your feet. Make sure they're about hip width distance apart. So imagine 2 fists can fit in between them. Take a look at your hands. Make sure your thumb points are in one line. And your wrist creases are parallel to the top of your mat. And then you can drop your head. Feel that your ears are in line with your biceps. And the crown of the head is reaching towards your hands. And then keep this alignment, but reach your chest towards your thighs. You can keep your knees as bent as you like for this first one, or all of them. And reach your hips up towards the sky. So it's not as important to have your legs straight or your heels touching the floor. What's more beneficial in your downward dog is to have your spine nice and long so you're not rounding at all. And if you find that your spine is rounding, you can step your feet further back. Really feel your feet and your hands firmly planted into the floor. Imagine you're at a beach and your hands are digging down into wet sand and your feet are sinking down into the sand. So you're super connected to the earth. Take one more breath in here. One more big sigh out. And then begin to walk your hands back to your feet to come to stand at the back of your mat. Bring your hands onto your shins and lift your chest so that's parallel to the floor. Draw your shoulder blades back and feel the crown of your head reaching towards the top of your mat. And then as you breathe out, gently fold your torso over your legs. Let your spine round and really drop your head. So let go of any holding in your neck. Really let your head be super heavy. And then you can stay with your hands resting on the floor, palms facing up. You can also grab opposite elbows if you like. Make whatever movements feel good, maybe swaying gently from side to side, bending one knee then the other. You can shake your head, yes and no. You can sway back and forth or forward and back. You can also stay perfectly still. Again, close your eyes and really sink deep into the experience of being in this position right now. Connect to the feeling of all four corners of both of your feet firmly planted to the ground. So this foundation of your feet and your legs can fully support your upper body dropping. Take one more breath in. Drop a little bit heavier as you breathe out. And then release your arms if you have them. Bend your knees a lot and slowly, slowly begin to round your spine, coming up to a standing position. Take your time. Keep your chin tucked in towards your chest. And when you're fully unraveled, you can reach both arms up high to the sky, breathing in. And then as you breathe out, bring your palms of your hands together, draw them into your heart, and close your eyes. Take a breath in through your nose. And like you're breathing out of a straw, blow out of your mouth. Get all the breath out. And then release your arms to your sides, blink your eyes open. Take a look at your feet, make sure that your ankles are underneath your hips. And lift your toes. And feel the four corners of both of your feet firmly planted to the ground. And then you can slowly just settle your big toe, pinky toe, and all the other toes down to the floor. Slightly bend your knees, tuck your tailbone, draw your belly button in towards your spine. Arms to your sides, palms facing forward. Relax your shoulders from your ears. Feel the crown of your head reaching up towards the sky. Feel your feet rooting down towards the earth. Firm up your legs, squeeze your biceps. Be really active and firm, strong in this Tadasana, mountain pose. Keep all of that activation as you breathe in. Reach both arms up high to the sky. Relax your shoulders from your ears and reach your fingertips high. And then as you exhale, reach your arms wide. Reach your heart forward and lower yourself down, forward fold. Fingertips can come to the floor. Let your spine round and drop your head. As you breathe in, lift your chest halfway up again. Draw your shoulder blades back. And then as you exhale, place your hands and walk your hands back to the top of your mat to come into downward facing dog. As you breathe in, rise up high into your tippy toes and come forward to plank pose, bringing your heels over top of your toes and your wrists over your shoulders over wrists. Take a breath in. And then as you breathe out, lower your knees to the floor. Bend your elbows and lower your chest and your chin to the floor. Untuck your toes and slide yourself forward onto your belly. Hands in line with your waist. Elbows above your wrists. Press down to the tops of your feet. Engage your core and lift your chest up off the floor. Lift your hands up off the floor to hover. Stay here as you exhale. Hug your elbows in. Take a big breath in. Stay as you breathe out. Run towards the heat as you breathe in. lift your chest a little bit higher. And then as you exhale, place your hands, tuck your toes, lift yourself up through hands and knees, downward facing dog. On your next breath in, lift your right leg high to the sky. And then as you breathe out, bend your right knee, hug your right knee in towards your chest, come forward, shoulders over wrists. And then you can carry your foot or step it all the way up to where your right thumb is. And then lower your left knee down to the floor. Inhale, rise up to low lunge. Stay here as you exhale, relax your shoulders, allow your pelvis to sink low. One more breath in here. And then as you breathe out, lower your hands to the floor to frame your right foot. Lift your left knee up. Press your left thigh up towards the sky. Hug your right hip back. Feel the crown of your head reaching forward to the top of your mat. And feel your left foot kicking back. So there's energy flowing from both directions. Relax your jaw. Take one more breath in here. And then as you breathe out, you can place your hands and step your right foot to the back of the mat, downward facing dog. Inhale, come forward to a plank pose. And then as you exhale, lower your knees. Bend your elbows, lower your chest and your chin. Untuck your toes to slide yourself forward to cobra. Lift your hands up off the floor. Stay here as you exhale. Lift everything a little bit higher. One more breath in. As you breathe out, place your hands, tuck your toes, lift yourself up and back, downward facing dog. Inhale, lift your left leg high. Exhale, bend your knee, hug it into your chest and step. Left foot to left thumb. Lower your right knee sweetly to the floor. Inhale, rise yourself up to low lunge. Stay here as you exhale, sink in. One more big breath in. Feel your fingertips reach up a little bit higher. Breathing out, bring your hands to the floor, framing your left foot. Tuck your right toes under and lift your right knee up. Left knee above your left ankle. Press your right thigh up so your right leg reaches towards straight. Feel whatever sensations you're feeling in your left hip. And like you're fanning a fire, use your breath. Relax your jaw. Stay here for one more breath in. Sink a little bit deeper as you breathe out. Then place your hands, step your left foot back, downward facing dog. Inhale, come up onto your tippy toes and round yourself forward to plank pose. Exhale, lower knees, chest and chin to the floor. Come forward to cobra, lift your hands up. As you exhale, place your hands, tuck your toes, lift yourself up and back. Downward facing dog. Inhale, lift your right leg high to the sky. Exhale, come forward, hug right knee into chest, step, right foot to left thumb, right thumb. Lower your left heel down, so your left foot is at a 45-degree angle, and your heels are in one line. And then instead of kind of sticking your butt out to the side, hug your booty in, so your right hip rolls underneath you. Right knee stays above your right ankle. Bring your right foot to the floor inside of your right foot. Did I say foot? I meant hand. So both hands are on the floor inside of your right foot. Take a breath in and lengthen through your spine. Feel the crown of your head reaching towards the top of your mat. And then you can stay here as you exhale, or you can walk your right shoulder underneath your right thigh to any depth. And then when you get there, just stay there. Feel your hands firmly planted to the ground. And feel your feet firmly planted to the ground. And know that when you're connected to the earth in this way, you're safe. Relax your jaw. Send some big, juicy breaths to whatever is happening in your right hip. It can be a lot. Take a big breath in. Stay here as you breathe out. And then unhook your right shoulder. Bring your right hand to the outside of your right foot. Place your hands. Step your right foot back. Downward dog. Inhale, rolls you forward to a plank pose. Exhale, lower knees, chest, and chin to the floor. Inhale and tuck your toes, glide yourself forward to cobra, lift your hands up. Exhale, place your hands down, tuck your toes under, lift up and back, downward facing dog. Inhale, lift your left leg high. Exhale, come forward, bend your left knee, hug it into your chest and step your left foot to your left thumb. Lower your right heel down to the floor. Your right foot points at a 45-degree angle, heels in one line. Left knee stays above your left ankle. And then bring your left hand to the floor inside of your left foot. Take a breath in and reach the crown of your head forward. Feel the length in your spine as you do this. And then as you breathe out, stay here or begin to sink in, drawing your left shoulder underneath your left thigh to whatever depth. And maybe you don't go very far, or maybe you're able to fully get your shoulder underneath your left leg. It doesn't really matter. What matters is that you feel something happening in your left hip. And whatever intensity is there, just let it be intense. Press down to the outer edge of your right foot. Feel your hands planted to the floor. Feel your feet planted to the floor. Relax your jaw. Breathe. Take one more breath in and one more breath out. See if you can sink a little bit deeper. And then unhook. Woo. Place your hands. Step your left foot back. Downward facing dog. Inhale, come forward to plank pose. Exhale, lower knees, chest, chin to the floor. Untuck your toes and glide yourself forward to cobra. Lift your hands up. As you exhale, place your hands, tuck your toes, and lift yourself up and back. Downward facing dog. Inhale, lift your right leg high to the sky. This time, open up your hip and bend your right knee. Feel your right heel reaching towards your right sit bone. Take one more breath in. And then as you breathe out, come forward, bring your right knee behind your right wrist. Right shin comes at a 45-degree angle. Lower your right leg down to the ground to come into pigeon. You can slide your left foot further back. Take a look at your left leg. Make sure your left ankle, knee, hip is all in one line. You can stay with your toes, left toes tucked under, or you can untuck them. Before you go down, bring your fingertips closer in towards your hips. Take a big breath in, reach up through the crown of your head. And then as you breathe out, you can sink yourself in. If you are struggling in this position, this is where you can grab your block or your pillow or your blanket. You can bring it underneath your right sit bone, right thigh area so that you're supported. And you don't have to come all the way down. You can stay with your hands onto the floor. But we're working to focus on opening in the right hip here. So whatever variation of this position works for you, do it. Take it. And then again, you can reach your arms forward, forehead resting on the floor. You can bend your elbows, rest your forehead onto your thumbs. Wherever you are, close your eyes. Soften through your shoulders, relax your jaw. And just be here with yourself right now. Smooth, even breaths in and out of your nose. Take one more deep breath in through your nose. And a big sigh to clear it all out. And then you can lift your gaze, place your hands. Tuck your left toes under, and you can walk your left knee forward a hair. And then you can lift yourself up and back, downward facing dog. Take a moment to be still in downward dog. Let all of that settle. And then when you're ready, lift your left leg up and back behind you, stacking your left hip over your right, bending your left knee. Take a big breath in to reach your left knee a little bit higher. Exhale to come forward, left knee squeezes behind your left wrist, left shin comes at a 45 angle, and lower your left knee, left leg down to the floor. Slide your right foot back. Walk your fingertips back. If you want to grab your block, your prop, your pillow to bring underneath your left thigh, go ahead and do it. Otherwise, left sit bone comes all the way down to the floor. Untuck your right toes or keep them tucked, whatever feels more natural. Walk your fingertips back. Take a big breath in, lengthen through your spine. And then as you breathe out, walk your hands forward to come down into your depth. This time, bring your forearms to the floor, elbows wide, hands, palms come together. And bring your thumbs to the outer edges of your nose, so that spot where your eyebrows begin. And you should feel a pressure point there. And if you're finding it hard, just move your thumbs around. Should be able to feel a spot that feels uncomfortable. We hold a lot of tension here. So let your head fully drop. Allow your thumbs to fully support your head. Try to relax your jaw. Breathe through any intensity that you're feeling. And slowly begin to slide your thumbs more towards the middle of your brow, the arch of your brow. And again, drop your head. Allow your thumbs to fully support your head here. And doing this, it's like almost on the verge of pain, at least for me. So if you're like, oh my God, this is so uncomfortable, that's normal. Especially if this is something that you don't really do a whole lot and you have a lot of stress or tension. Once we begin to bring our focus and awareness to these spots, a lot of stuff will come up. That's good. Continue sliding your thumbs to the outer edges of your brows, the end of your brows, and then just massage your temples with your thumbs. Give yourself a little head massage. You can bring your thumbs to the sides of your head. There's a pressure point right above your ears. You can massage your forehead. Oh, yeah. And then when you're ready, you can lift your gaze, walk your hands back, place your hands, tuck your right toes under and walk your right knee forward, and then lift up and back, downward facing dog. Take a moment to be still. Let all of that move through. And then inhale, rise up onto your toes and come forward to a plank pose. Exhale, lower your knees to the floor, lower your chin and your chest to the floor. Untuck your toes and slide yourself forward, belly onto the floor. This time bringing your forearms to the floor, shoulders above your elbows. Spread your fingers wide, I almost said press and place. Your hands onto the floor, press down into the tops of your feet. And then like you want to pull the floor towards you, draw your hands towards your shoulders, draw your shoulder blades back, and reach your heart forward for Sphinx Pose. This is a really nice one if you have any back pain, lower back, middle back. So you can stay here, this is stage 1. Stage 2, you can press into your hands to lift your elbows up. Allow your arms to be like a kickstand. So draw your shoulder blades back and sink your chest and your belly towards the floor. You can close your eyes if that feels good. If it helps you to be more present with what's going on inside. And then you can stay here for stage 2, or if you want to go a little bit deeper for stage 3, you can walk your hands closer in towards you. And then again, draw your shoulder blades back. Allow your heart to fully melt towards the floor. And we'll just stay here for a few more breaths. Take one more deep breath in. Deep clearing breath out. And at the end of the exhale, begin to lower belly, chest to the floor. Reach one arm forward and then just roll yourself over onto your back. Laying onto your back, bring your feet flat to the floor. Feet closer in towards your sit bones. Draw your knees in towards your chest. Bring your feet to reach up towards the sky. And then reach between your thighs to grab your big toes or the outer edges of your feet. If you can't quite reach your feet, you can bring your hands onto your calves or your ankles. We'll come into happy baby pose. So let your knees be really wide and draw your thighs down towards the floor. Allow your shoulder blades to rest evenly on the floor. And then here you can rock side to side if that feels good. Or you can stay perfectly still. You can also extend one leg straight, maybe the other, maybe both. If your legs are straight, gently bend them to come back to happy baby. And then release the grip that you have on your legs. Hug your knees in towards your chest. Reach your arms wide to the side in a T-shaped position. And then just gently lower your knees all the way down towards the floor to come into a really simple supine twist. Make sure that your upper body is comfortable. Make any adjustments that you need. You can stay with your gaze up at the sky or over at your right fingertips. Close your eyes and sink into this sweet, nourishing twist. And then slowly come back to the center. Hug your knees into your chest. And then lower them to the other side, right side, all the way down towards the floor. If it feels good and you want to, you can bring your pillow, your block in between your knees. That could be nice. Gaze wherever feels good for your neck. Close your eyes, sink in. And then come back to the center. Hug your knees into your chest. Bring your hands onto your knees and draw circles on the ceiling with your knees in one direction. And then go the other direction. And then bring your knees back to the center. Squeeze them in tight. Take a big breath in. And then as you breathe out, bring your arms to your sides, palms facing up, feet flat to the floor, and at the same time, slide your feet out to come into Final Shavasana. Bring your feet at least as wide as your hips, if not a little bit wider. Take up all the space that you have. Give your limbs some breathing room. And then make whatever adjustments you need to make to your clothes, your hair, your body. Make whatever wiggles, little fidgets, so that you're fully comfortable. And even after you come to lie down and you stay for a moment and then you realize something needs to be adjusted, you can always move. You can always fix whatever you need to fix so that you can be totally still and comfortable. So when you get there, be there. And we'll take one more breath in to collect any leftover residue. So take a deep inhale breath through your nose, filling up all the way to the top of your collarbones with breath. And then open your mouth as you exhale, really sigh it out. If you feel like you need to take another one of those, do it. And then when you're ready, close your mouth. Allow yourself to breathe naturally in and out of your nose. And be still. Do a little body scan to make sure that you're not holding on anywhere. So check your legs, relax them. Check your pelvis, your belly, your chest, your arms, shoulders, neck, head, face. Allow yourself to be so soft. Soften the skin around your eyes. Relax your face. Enjoy this rest. you want to stay in this resting position a little bit longer, go ahead and try to ignore my words. Otherwise, begin to bring some movements into your hands and your feet. Begin to slowly wake yourself up. When you're ready, reach your arms up over your head, extend through your legs and take a big stretch. And then as you exhale, fully drop. And then lazily roll yourself over to one side and pause for a sec. And then keeping your eyes closed, place your hand and help yourself come up to a seat. Find a comfortable position, seated, hands onto your knees, so nice and tall. Take one more moment to fully experience what it feels like to be this relaxed. And bring the palms of your hands together in front of your heart. Bow your brain in. Give thanks to your healthy body and your healthy brain for your practice and committing this time to yourself. And thank you so very much. I hope you have a beautiful day.